Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. And we as the boxing fans are winning. Let me tell you something. I just watched a video where Jose Benavidez Sr., he confirmed that, look, David Morrell is next. And that they have a 3-fight deal that's been in place for PBC for a while. And that 3-fight deal consisted of fighting Caleb Plant, which they did, and they were able to defeat him. Then fighting Morrell, David Morrell, and then Andrade and maybe Jermall. So David Benavidez, just like Canelo has his goals for the year and he has his plans, looks like David Benavidez has his goals and has his plans. But it looks like his plans are going to come before his goals because his goal is to get in the ring with Canelo. But we all know Canelo, he marches to the beat of his own drum. But looks like the next fight, and I'm telling you right now, tomorrow, I'm getting ready to go upstairs and lay down, right? But I'm telling you right now, this David Morrell is a problem. He's a big 168 pounder. Him and David Benavidez, that is the fight to make. Man, I can't wait. I hope they actually come out here and announce the fight and stop BSing. Like, don't come out here doing interviews saying that's who's going to be next. I mean, announce the fight. You know, I can't wait because I'm telling you, if you guys haven't seen David Morrell fight, just go look at his highlight. He can really fight. And I'm going to tell you what's so interesting about him, right? During his amateur career, right? Because having an amateur career matters. David Benavidez is a unique situation because he didn't really have an expanded amateur career. His dad taught him a professional style, but he was sparring and going to war since he was a young teenager, right? With champions, with adults. So David Benavidez learned on the job. That's why you see him excel as a professional, because he had adapted to that kind of style since a young man. So he was able to just kind of avoid that whole amateur circuit. I don't even think he had over 10 amateur fights and turned pro. And since he turned pro, he's been killing it. And I think he's going to continue to kill it. Him against Morrell, well, we got to understand. You have the guy in David Benavidez with no real amateur experience, but he learned on the job was fighting in the gym, right? So he didn't really need the amateur experience because he learned to fight as a pro. But then David Morrell is a guy who has an amateur. This man amassed a record of 130 wins and 2 losses. Let me tell you something. That matters because let's say 100. He's out there fighting in Cuba, so you know them Cubans can fight, right? But let's just say 100 of those fights, right, were against tomato cans. We don't know that. I'm just saying, let's just say, okay, for the sake of argument, 130 wins, 2 losses, 100 of them against tomato cans. 30 of them weren't no damn tomato cans. All right? I'll tell you that right now. 30 of them could probably scrap. All right? So let's just frame this the right way. But that being said, you also come and take a look at David Morrell and see that as a professional, he has a record of 8 wins. 7 of those 8 wins are by KO. No losses, right? He's 6'1". David Benavidez is 6'2". But you look at when he turned pro, the first guy he fought was 2-6. That's kind of what you look at. I want him to get his feet wet. Second guy was 15-6. Third guy was 22-0. Fourth guy was 26-3. Then he fought a guy who was 12-0. Then a guy 28-2, 15-1, and 16-0. So you can see they threw him right to the wolves. And he's already gone up and picked up a little piece of the title, man, WBA title. So he is a guy, man, who, in my opinion, is on his way as well. Who's going to win out of those two? I'm going to tell you right now, man, I have no idea. Morrell, Benavidez, that fight, in my opinion, and you know what's so many people are going to sleep on that fight because I don't think many people know who the hell David Morrell is. That fight right there, I think is more intriguing than Benavidez Alvarez. I'm going to be honest with you. You have 2 guys, powerful, both big. They're almost equal in every area. Man, it's going to be very, very interesting, man. I hope they make that fight immediately. Like, because Jose Benavidez Sr., he doesn't want David to sit idle. He wants to keep him active. You hear Anthony Joshua talking, doing a lot of interviews right now, just how he's been inactive. He's got to stay active, and wanting to fight 2, 3, 4 times a year. David Benavidez, he fought here, last week, this past weekend? Look, we're going into April. This man be fighting by the summer and again by the end of the year. David Benavidez should have 3 fights this year. And it looks like the plan is to try to get in there with Morrell, hopefully beat Morrell, and then go on there and look to fight Andrade. Or it could be Andrade, then Morrell. I don't know the order, but right now, I know they're saying it's going to be Morrell next, but you got to take stuff with a grain of salt because there's always a change to the change, you know what I'm saying? It's like with project managers, you know what I'm saying, submitting these change authorization requests. So hopefully the deliverable is still put out on time, and that should be by the summer against Morrell or against an Andrade or maybe even it won't be Jermall because he got to get about 3 fights under his belt before he even thinks about getting with any of these killers. Only one Jermall could probably come back and fight right now would be Andrade, and that's just being real. But that being said, that's the latest and greatest on old Benavidez and Morrell. I'm not doing a deep dive. I'm just giving y'all a heads up that these are the words from Benavidez Sr. You can go out there on social media and you can find the interview. I'm not making this up. And if that does, let me tell you something. I may be coming across this video as low energy, but trust me, on the inside, man, I'm exploding because I just know what kind of fight we're going to get. Those 2 guys get in the ring. Like, that's what you want to see. Equally matched in their prime. And the uniqueness of it is one has the expanded amateur background, the other doesn't. But he fought hard since a teenager, like as a professional, and learned on the job as a teenager before he turned pro. So he was already ready for the pro ranks. And I would love to see those 2 styles clash. I think that's the first time. You've had some guys who have limited amateur experience and learn on the job, but no one I don't think was as prepared for the pro ranks as David Benavidez, and that's what interests me the most. Can hit the style his father taught him, that's been working, very well for him. Can that style come out now and trump the Cuban amateur outstanding style of boxing? That's what I want to see. But that being said, man, y'all keep cool. That news actually made my night, man. I'm going to get up with y'all probably tomorrow. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Hey, man, I'm over 2,000 subscribers. I think I like 2009. Isn't that crazy? Not even a year. 2,000. Other people do it faster, but I like it. Cool little community. Everybody decent. Gonna keep pushing. That motivates me. Y'all eat something good. Put some duck sauce on your fried rice. I'm in the breeze.